What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're just gonna be giving some college advice. The first thing I want to say is make sure y'all bring a fan, or one of y'all roommates have a fan, because it gets mad hot the first couple of days at school. I'm telling you, bro, freshman year, sophomore year, like the dorms are sweltering, so make sure you buy a fan. You know, there's a Goodwill nearby, there's a Target, Walmart. Now the second piece of advice I would say is I actually forgot, so I'm gonna look at my list. So one thing I would say is that if you have classes that you want to take, like computer science, make sure you kind of plan that out early, because classes like intro to comp sci will fill up and it's kind of hard to get. And I know, like, if you want to complete the major, you kind of have to start early, because I know some people have started and it's, you know, maybe like late freshman or sophomore year, and they've had to do a lot of classes on catching up, like double up every semester until they graduate. GSWS, Soc, or environmental studies or math will have like prereqs, like, oh, you got to take this class in order to take these like higher level classes. So make sure you kind of plan that out. A third piece of advice that I would say is definitely try and explore Maine, especially if you're not from New England or the Northeast. So, you know, I grew up in the Midwest, barely been to New England before. I went to like Boston once when I was like 7. I made a video, go check that out. Maine has just incredible natural beauty. You know, you have the entire coastline, which is really nice. You've got mountains and forests up north. You've got little like small coastal towns. You know, Portland's great. More on that later. There's actually a couple states. I think it's like Maine, Hawaii, like Vermont, and maybe like some others that like don't have billboards. And like, this is something I realized I was driving. I was just like, wait, this is like no billboards. But if you can go out with the BOC, you know, your O trips, you're probably gonna do that in a couple of weeks, which is super exciting. And if you are from New England, it's a great chance to, you know, get to know a little bit more of Maine. Shout out people from Connecticut. That's where I am right now. There's definitely a lot to explore and a lot of memories to be made. Number 5. Number 4, Portland, Maine. I spent my last summer in Portland, and it was, oh my days, bro. One of the best things I ever done my entire life, bro. Lived 18 years, bro. Best thing ever, bro. Telling you, fam. Summer's lit, bro. Definitely checking out Portland any time of the year, spring, summer, fall, winter. Great city, you know. Congress Street, amazing. Commercial Street, amazing. Portland Headlight, the entire waterfront, East End. Main Mall's great. Plane watching, sun setting at the Western Promenade. Eastern Promenade is also fire for food trucks and great views of Casco Bay. I would recommend spending a summer in Maine if you can. Get to stay on campus, that's great if you don't get to as well. I'll talk about that later in the video if you're curious about like internship opportunities through Bowdoin or outside Bowdoin. Spending a summer in Maine is great because a lot of people stay on campus and you can just go visit your friends, hang out, go to the beach, whatever. And yeah, summer is the best season for Maine. Oh hey, didn't see you there. Definitely, if you're curious about summer internships or looking to advance your career, I would definitely recommend reaching out to CXD as early as possible. If you want to try and get an internship for, you know, summer 2024, I guess, or even 2025, if you're like a finance bro and you need to kind of like be on top of your game for that, CXD can definitely help you. They have a lot of advisors, business and marketing to, you know, environmental to government, law, finance, economics, STEM, humanities, communications, pretty much anything you want, you can go to them and, you know, set up a meeting. The advisors, their job is to help you further your career. The Bowdoin network is pretty strong and they kind of help you utilize that to its full. You reach out to CXD if you have any questions about your career. Number 7 is pretty self-explanatory. Just clean up after yourself, bro. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You're gonna be sharing bathrooms with people, you know, brushing your teeth and you spill a bit, just wipe it off. Or like, if you flush the toilet, please, and wash your hands. Respect common spaces. That's pretty much all I have to say. We sketch. If my water bottle falls, it's literally falling down onto that road over there, so we're gonna pray for the best. So tip number 8 that I would say is definitely be open to meeting people. The right way. Be open to meeting new people. You know, you're kind of at college for the first time. Everyone's kind of in the same boat as you are, you know, coming out of high school in a new place, new environment, new people. But everyone's, you know, pretty friendly, looking to make new friends. Well, and I promise you, you know, your friend group, your close friends will follow shortly. Bowdoin's full of all kinds of people, a lot of funny people, a lot of smart people, a lot of talented people, and you're one of them, which is why you got into the school. You're going to meet people who are like you and who aren't like you. Just be open to differences and encountering new things. Bonus tip. So if you see me wear the scooters, because I'm scooting. Oh, do I need a scooter? Do I need a bike? Do I need a skateboard? Whatever. Like, I would say it's like you can if you want to, but like Bowdoin is small enough and flat enough to where like, walking is like pretty easy. You're not going to be walking like 20 minutes to get to class. Like the max you might, like depending on where you live, 5 minutes I would say. Like everything's super close, so you don't really need a bike or a scooter. It's pretty fun to, you know, ride around on the quad, or like if you want to like go to Hannaford or like go down Main Street. It's nice to have, or like do some longer bike rides around Brunswick. But the next tip that I have, go to office hours. Now, I think this is something I kind of struggled with a bit my first year. I didn't really go to office hours that much. Professors really love it when, you know, you shoot them an email to say, hey, how's it going? I'm enjoying this in your class. I need help on this, or I want to know more about this. And usually some professors might even like give you extra credit for it. Like they might say, oh, come to office hours and you can get extra credit. It makes a good impression, and professors like it when you go to the office hours and just chat. So I would definitely recommend going to office hours. Number 10 is the Bowdoin Outing Club. Now, yeah, you got me, fam. So number 10 is the Bowdoin Outing Club, but let's go somewhere a little bit more scenic for that. Connecticut River. The Outing Club is a great way to, you know, see Maine and get to experience a lot of outdoor activities without paying pretty much anything. Kayaking, rafting, canoeing, hiking, camping, skiing, snowboarding, overnight or day trips. Close right here in Brunswick, or as far as, do they go to the White Mountains? I actually don't know. And then a second thing, it might be a bit out of your comfort zone. It was honestly out of mine at first, and I think like sometimes it still is, you know, because I grew up in the cornfield. Secondly, try and make it to the water as much as you can. And I know it's definitely possible by foot if you want to run like, what, 3 to 5 miles maybe, but by bike it's also super easy, probably not even like a 20-minute bike ride. But if you have a car, it's easier to get to places, and a lot of upperclassmen that you know will have cars that you become friends with, so you can ask them for rides, or the Outing Club will go, you can try and rent a van and become band certified. And Giant Stairs, anywhere in Portland pretty much, you know, there's Reed State Park, Popham Beach, Simpsons Point, Mears Point, Thomas's Point, Salt Marshes, a lot of great lakes like up north too. I would 100% recommend seeing a sunrise. Sunrises are one of the best things in Maine. I went with my house howl. Oh my days, bro. I'm telling you, fam, y'all got to see the sunrise. If y'all haven't seen a sunrise, then y'all is missing out. Another piece of advice that I would give is definitely to be the initiator. If you want to do something with your friends, then be the person to set it up. Like, don't just wait for people to do things, because, you know, life is going to come at you, and it's like a lot of people won't be the first person to like take that initiative. If you're trying to join a club that you're interested in and like no one else is interested in it, but like you have interest, then go for it. If you want to take this class but you're not too sure, like, oh, everyone's too busy caring about themselves to care about you or like not in a bad way, but like to care about what you do or like what you think. So don't be obsessed like thinking about what other people, kind of going off of that. Don't feel too pressured to do everything. In high school, like, you're doing all these clubs, activities, you're doing band, you're running track, you're playing soccer, you're in Scholastic Bowl, you're in National Honor Society, you're in a choir. Don't try and like overwhelm your schedule, especially at the start. Like, it's okay to join a lot of things and then like cut back, but don't feel pressured to be doing too many things or like comparing yourself to what other people are doing, because at the end of the day, you only got one life and it's your life, so you better live it to the best. Next segment. People have said this before, that college is like simultaneously harder than and easier than high school at the same time, and that's like pretty much true. But I would say you have a lot more free time, and like you're not going to be in class from like 8 a.m. to like 3. You're gonna have maybe like sometimes maybe a half hour to like maybe like 3 hours in between classes sometimes, or maybe you might even have a day where you have like 0 classes, which is great, by the way. I'll put up my schedule like up here so you guys can see what mine look like. And I'm a STEM major, so I have labs which take up a lot of time. It's going to be an adjustment, and you just got to find out what works best for you. If you have people in similar majors like upperclassmen, you can ask them, oh, what classes did you take? How'd you balance this? How'd you balance your homework? It's all a balancing act, you know? It's a balancing act that you're going to end up perfecting, or at least getting close to perfecting. And some people's might look completely different. I know a friend who likes to have 3 back-to-back, is in class for like 4.5 hours, and then he doesn't have class on Tuesdays or Thursdays or whatever. Y'all guess what time it is? Y'all really know what time it is? Because me personally, It's bonus tip time. If you can schedule your schedule to not have scheduled classes on a scheduled Friday, on the scheduled month and the scheduled semester, y'all is winning. Y'all's taking a fat W right there. Having a 3-day weekend in college, I'm telling you, I had this last semester. It was one of the nicest things that I've had probably like ever. You get done with class on Thursday and you finish and you're just like, woo! Sure, your weekdays might be more packed, heavier front end of the week, and then like that Wednesday hump hits. Your weekend literally starts on like a Thursday before lunch. But if you're interested in earth and ocean science, environmental studies, or like biology, if you want like advice on like internships or anything, then hit me up. That was pretty much what I was trying to do for at least like the summer after my freshman year. I spent a lot of time looking for internships. Then leave a comment and I will drop you guys some good resources. Check out REUs, are really great. STEM in general. Bonus tip, so you have points at the C store, use them. It's a convenience store. You got $150 worth. You can buy snacks. Some people don't use them, so use them, and if your friends use them, then use theirs. Tip number 17 is your major does not define your career, right? I know people who have been art history, like anthro majors, and now they're doing private equity, biology, and now they're doing sales. I just complimented me back there for scootering and vlogging at the same time. I got my back foot on the brake so I don't like die. You know, it's a balancing act, bruh. I told y'all, bruh. Quit playing, bruh. Sun's kind of going crazy right now. Like I was saying before, your major does not define your career path. A lot of misconceptions that I definitely had growing up, like K through 12, honestly, is like you graduate college with a degree and you get one job and you do that for the rest of your life until you retire. And that is so not true, especially being in an internship where there's a lot of my coworkers have had like multiple, or there's a certain number of jobs that people hold before they retire. If you major in English and French, becoming a software engineer at FANG is not going to be easy unless you know how to code. Like, it's not going to be that big of a switch. But if you put in the work, sure, you can still network your way through. And that's like, that is even a whole nother video, bro. I could become a career advisor with how much I've learned about networking in the past like year. But with that being said, Bowdoin is a liberal arts school, so they do prioritize everything that is not business, communications, marketing. But like, you know, there's 3-2 engineering programs and there's pre-med tracks for different majors at Bowdoin. So if you want to take like engineering specific classes or stuff like that, or like communications or business, like you're not going to be able to take those at Bowdoin, and you're not going to be able to transfer those credits if you like study abroad. So that's just something to keep in mind. Bonus tip, I'm in a train station, and the reason why I'm here is because the bonus tip is related to transportation. The Amtrak and the Metro Breeze are going to be your best friends in terms of getting around sustainably without a car. So I would definitely recommend looking into the Amtrak if you ever want to go down to Boston, transferring, going down to Providence, New York, the Concord coach lines. If you want to take a quick day trip down or a little weekend trip, you can also get multi-ride passes, 10 trips at like a discounted rate. There's also a student discount for Amtrak anyway, so you guys are saving money whenever you travel. Yo, we on Wall Street, baby. So tip number 18 is definitely to use Bowdoin's name to the maximum extent that you can. And what I mean by that is like some people will have no idea what Bowdoin is. They'll be like, oh, I'm going to Bowdoin. Oh, where's that? Or what is that? A small liberal arts school in Maine. The people who know are gonna know, and they're gonna take note, and they're gonna recognize that influence. Bowdoin, it has a special name, it has a weight to it. Use the name, use the ability to network and to get yourself further ahead in your career. Make connections here that you'll use in the future, and maybe one day you might end up on the actual Wall Street. But Bowdoin is a special institution, so use all the resources you have, take all the classes you can, connect with all the professors, make all the friends, eat all the good food too. Use Bowdoin wisely. Tip number 19. Time flies, bro. I still have very vivid memories of like moving into college for the first time, meeting all my friends and just like hanging out, having sleepovers, going to watch the sunrise. And yeah, it's crazy I'm already gonna be a junior, and like my friends who are seniors just graduated, who are working and like looking for jobs. It's gonna be me. And for you sophomores, if you're a sophomore and you're watching this and you've gotten this far, congrats. Spend a lot of time with your friends, because a lot of you guys are probably going to go abroad, like statistically. Spend time with your friends, because you might not see them for an entire year. Like, you might go abroad in the fall, they might go abroad in the spring. You're only going to have one more year left if that time doesn't match. So be aware of that. Alright guys, tip number 20, last tip. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Last piece of advice is to do what excites. And if y'all know who that comes from, leave a comment down below. Try new things, do things that make you happy. It's exciting for me to, make these videos, inspire the future generation. Bowdoin's an exciting place. I'm just gonna say that. You're gonna meet exciting people, you're gonna take exciting classes. Some might be exciting, some might not be. College is an exciting time. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. I was trying to, okay. Let me show y'all a little secret real quick. Let me show y'all a little secret real quick, right? Let me show y'all a little secret.